Hey there, guys. Welcome to my mini teach for today. I'm sending you a big g'day from down under and letting you know that this mini teach is a short power pack of teaching in less than 10 minutes. Let's go. What are we looking at today? We are looking at what we actually reap when we sow in our word and in our deeds. So let's look at the scripture first, and then we're going to unpack this a bit. So we are going to Proverbs 12:14 in the New American Standard 1995 edition. All right, let's have a look at this. It says, "A man will be satisfied with good by the fruit of his words, and the deeds of a man's hands will return to him." So there's two things that I want to separate out here. The truth is, it is a biblical, spiritual, immutable law that we reap what we sow. But what I want to pull and tease apart here is that we reap not only what we sow in words, but also what we sow in deeds. And it is important that what we say and what we do actually align with one another. Because when they don't, that is an indication that there is a heart issue that needs to be dealt with. Because Jesus says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if we are speaking something and doing something that's not actually in alignment with one another or in alignment with the fruit of the Spirit, as outlined in Galatians 5:22 and 23, 9 expressions of love, if we are not acting out of that place of love, then we have to go back to the heart and tend to the issues of the heart. Our heart really does matter, guys, because the truth of the matter is, what we sow in words, we reap in words. Elsewhere in Proverbs, it actually says, life and death is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it will eat the fruit thereof. And this passage is also talking about being satisfied with good fruit when you basically speak good words. You are not going to reap good fruit if you sow bad words. Now, let me just give you some examples of that. So the passage, life and death is in the power of the tongue, is talking about what we speak in our relationships. It's a relational passage. So when we speak life into the relationship by, not coming with accusation, by keeping our words encouraging, exhortive, building people up, calling them to a place that's higher, than where they are, reaching your hand down to pull someone up sometimes, all those things sow life into a relationship, and you will eat the fruit of a good relationship as a result of that. But if we are putting people down, and if we are putting out accusation, if we are in whatever way tearing people down with our words, then it's not going to produce good fruit, and we will eat the fruit of that, in terms of it will damage and harm our relationship. And that's what speaking death, if we're going to be really specific about it, looks like in a relationship. That's what the life in your tongue will be a wellspring of life within that person. It will grow. There will be a building of relationship, but death will actually diminish that relationship, if not damage and harm them in ways ways that sometimes are irreversible. So we need to be really careful that the words that we sow are reaping good fruit, because we will reap what we sow in words, but we will also reap what we sow in deeds. So a good man, Jesus is a good man, out of the treasure of his heart brings forth good fruit. Okay, so if what you are doing is loving people, if your actions speak love, if your actions speak a life laid down in sacrifice, then you are actually sowing in good deeds, and you will reap that in return. So what I want to make clear here is, in this particular mini teach, is that we can sow and reap. Well, if we want to make it as binary as possible, life or death, if we want to, good or evil, whatever it is, if we sow good things in our words and in our deeds, we will reap the fruit of that. And that is basic wisdom. This is from the book of Proverbs. It is wisdom literature. It's the most famous book of wisdom literature in all of the Bible. And I do encourage you to grab a hold of it and run with it, because it's got so much in it that's really good for relational things. Okay, so the Bible doesn't speak to every single situation we ever face in life, but it certainly gives us a heck of a lot of good wisdom that we can apply, especially in relationships. So I hope this helped you. Let me know what you think it is sowing, sowing life. Sowing good in word and in deed actually looks like. And yeah, let me know in the comments. Please share the broadcast, and I'll catch you in my next mini teach. See ya.